Hello everyone. This week I have been trying out the new skincare products from Lisa Eldridge. And I am a big fan of Lisa Eldridge in general, so as soon as I heard that these products are available, I knew I wanted to try them out. But still, I have been really impressed in terms of how these products are performing for me and how different they are than everything else on the market. So I thought I would do a video right away where I talked about my experiences with them. There is a cleanser that I've been especially impressed with, and there's also a product that I have been using as a setting spray. So thanks very much for joining me. So first, over the past 2 years, I've tried out almost 1,000 makeup and skincare products. And I have very sensitive skin, and for me anyway, skincare is much more important in terms of helping my skin to look better, and also it can be really much more disastrous in terms of making my skin look worse than makeup, which tends to be much more of a secondary factor in terms of how I look. So therefore, I'm really interested in all kinds of skincare products, and I'm willing to spend money on them as long as I feel like they're really making a difference for me. So Lisa Eldridge is a makeup artist from the UK, and I started using her products about a little less than a year ago. So she's very well known for her lipsticks, and many of the lipsticks that she creates are in colors that are much more wearable than similar colors from other artists because she works really hard on the undertones. So for instance, this lipstick that I'm wearing today is called Wonder Wheel, and it's a product that I don't think I would usually be able to wear from most companies, but I think this one is not too bad on me. She also makes a line of popular powder eyeshadows. There are some liquid eyeshadows and some highlighters, and she's going to be bringing back out her blush line as well. Now, what Lisa Eldridge says about all of her products, including the makeup products and these new skincare products, is that she's very involved in creating the formulations herself. And that while most makeup companies rely on separate makeup formulators and then they just purchase the rights to use the formulas from those companies, she's actually been very involved in learning about makeup formulation herself and also in nurturing people and hiring people that will help her to create her own formulation. So since I've been wearing these products, I've been really surprised at how well that they have worked for me, particularly the foundation, which I just tried a couple months ago. I think that this has been a really good product for me. It hasn't irritated my skin at all. The same thing for the lipsticks. None of these products include any fragrance or any ingredients that I consider to be deal killers. And so I was kind of surprised because up until very recently, Lisa Eldridge has not focused on, in terms of her marketing, on the idea that her products had clean ingredients at all. So I was really surprised when I took a really close look at the ingredients list and found out that she was using quite good ingredients that my skin seems to like quite a bit. So it now says on the front page of the website that all of my products are 100% cruelty-free, fragrance-free, and suitable for sensitive skin. So let's talk first about this cleanser, and this seems to be the really big product that she's releasing. This cleanser has absolutely no ingredients in it that EWG considers to be problematic at all, and it is advertised as being a makeup remover. So based on my experiences with other kinds of products, I kind of felt that this product would probably perform adequately for me, so I decided to order it. And then only after I ordered it did I realize what Lisa Eldridge was claiming in the videos that she was creating. So what she is suggesting is that this makeup remover is supposed to be really, really effective at removing a really wide variety of makeup that's extremely difficult to get off the face. So things like waterproof sunscreen, waterproof foundation, waterproof eyeliner, or eyeshadows, or mascaras, or all of the kinds of things that we usually think is going to require a lot of heavy-duty makeup removing and a lot of scrubbing and a lot of frustration. So she has a video that she did from her own bathroom where she piled on all of these kinds of products and then let the product sit on her face for 2 minutes and then just whooshed it away with a wet washcloth, and it seemed to work really, really well. So I was really impressed with that. I'm also really impressed with the fact that it has no laboratory chemical type ingredients in it. It's all based on natural products. and also that it doesn't require a double cleanse. So pretty much all the products that I have used that have worked that well and that have not had a lot of PEGs and those kinds of ingredients in them have required me to do a double cleanse. But she is pretty insistent that even though in the past she has felt that a double cleanse is really important, that for this particular product that you really don't need to do that at all. In addition, what she's saying is that this is a product that's actually really good for your skin and that it creates increased hydration on your skin, and that when she did had testing done after having the product on the skin for 2 minutes, that the laboratory results were that hydration was increased by 72%. So, and that it's not going to be irritating people. So I think all of this is kind of amazing and a real breakthrough if this is really the case. Now, this is an expensive product, and there is only 100 milliliters or 3.338 fluid ounces in this container. So it's not a really large sized container, but what she is saying is that for each cleanse, you only need the amount that's the size of a blueberry, which is a very small amount, and so therefore there should be supposedly 200 servings of the product in each container, and therefore that depending on how many times a day you're using it, but if you're using it just to remove your makeup at night, then it should last you for almost half a year. So I think that that's, if that's true, then that's not that expensive of a product. Like 25 cents per use in the US. So I think that that's something that I am willing to pay if a product is really good. So as I say, in that video, Lisa Eldridge sat in her own bathroom and she put on a full face of overdone makeup with very difficult products to remove, and then she sat there for 2 minutes with the makeup remover on and then smeared it all off, and it all came out like magic. So I thought I would try that, but I don't know that I'm up to putting all that stuff on my face on the camera, but I thought I'd put some on my hands. So I will start out with this foundation, which my dog chewed up. This is from Tarte C, and this is a waterproof foundation. So then I have some eye liners. So I have Revlon Color Stays, so I'll put that on my hand. And I have this Caloray is a waterproof eye liner, so I'll put some of that on there. And I have this one from Milani, which is almost like a felt tip pen in terms of the consistency, so I'll put some of that on. I don't have any waterproof mascara, but I do have this mascara from Jones Road, so I'll put some of that on there. I did a video on these new eye pencils from Victoria Beckham, so I'll put some of this on there. I had a hard time getting that off my hand in the video. Then I have some lipsticks here. I have Ruby Woo from MAC, so we'll put some of that on. And we'll put on some of this MAC Powder Kiss Liquid Lip Color, which is supposed to stay in place. And I have some of this Violette FR Bright Red liquid lipstick, so we'll put some of this on. And then I also have some of this MAC paint pot, so I'll put some of that on as well. So, all right, so there's a variety of things on here that are the most difficult things that I own to get off. I will just take a very small amount of this product, which is supposed to be the size of a blueberry. And so I put a small amount of the cleanser on my hand, and then I will just rub it all in, and then we'll see how it goes. Okay, so in the meantime, let's talk about the other makeup cleansers that I have used. So the thing about makeup cleansers that will remove things like silicone makeup and eye makeup that doesn't want to come off is that these cleansers tend to have one of a couple of problems. The first one is that possibly they don't work very well. The second one is that most of the time the people that make them believe that they don't smell good enough as it is, and so they feel the need to add things like either regular fragrance, synthetic fragrance, or fragrance that is made from natural ingredients or essential oils, or things like linalool that are processed fragrances. is. So therefore, those are things that tend to be annoying to my own face, and sometimes that can be real deal killers for that. Or they tend to have ingredients in them that are like PEGs that some people do have concerns about. So the products that I have tried, for instance, this one is from Beauty Counter, and it is basically like a cold cream. And this one has a lot of scents in it, including rose geranium oil, which I can't tolerate at all. And it also seems to me to require a cleanse after I use this on my face. It has irritated my face so much because of the scent that I have given up on it. This is a very popular oil that is sold on Credo. It's called the One Love Botanical Bee Enzyme Cleansing Oil. It has papaya enzymes in it. It has some kind of a natural fragrance in it that smells to me like maybe it's pineapple, but in any case, it has a really strong tropical type of a scent to it. And I have used most of this up, so it's not like I'm saying this is a bad product, but it definitely has a strong scent that a lot of people are not going to like very much. And I think that on my skin, it's been a little too harsh and something that I would kind of prefer not to use on a daily basis. And then I do feel the need to use a regular cleanser off to get the remnants of both the oil and the essential oils and the fragrance out of it. This is another product from Beauty Counter that I think is very similar to that cleansing balm. It's more just in oil form. And again, this has rose geranium oil in it, and it's something that I really can't use because of the fragrances. Tatcha makes a product called the Camellia Cleansing Oil, which has a fragrance on the ingredient list. Again, this is a fragrance that is supposed to be all natural, but my skin does tend to react to it. So for all of these, I feel like it's not on my face for that long, but because it's suspended in oil, I feel the need to definitely do a second cleanse to get that off of it, and then that's a lot of work. This product from Jones Road hasn't actually been too bad, and I think this is a very nice travel type product, which comes in this nice little stick. But again, it has a lot of scents in it, and it's not something that I would probably want to use on a daily basis. This is a product from Cocoa Kind that I sort of liked for a while, but it does have rose geranium oil in it. It must not have very much because I don't feel like it was especially irritating to my skin, but I also don't feel like it was the most effective cleanser for getting off problem ingredients. And I think that using it on a regular basis, again, is not something that I want to do. Now this product from Drunk Elephant is called the Slay Makeup Melting Butter Cleanser. This does not have any scent in it like other products from Drunk Elephant. None of those have any kinds of either natural or artificial scents in them. But it does seem to take a lot of effort for me to remove from my face. So first I need to use this product, and then I need to use a totally separate cleanse that's pretty thorough, because otherwise it does leave quite a film on my face. And a lot of people don't like the smell of this product. I think it's okay. I don't have a problem with that. This is a new product from True Botanicals that I've been trying. The ingredient list for this one is actually better than most of the True Botanicals products that I have used in terms of it not irritating my skin from the fragrances. It does have ginger oil in it, but that doesn't seem to have been a problem for me. And it seems to have done a fairly good job of removing my makeup. I don't absolutely feel that I have to use a cleanser after this one, but I usually do anyway. I wouldn't say that it was ideal, but I think it's one that's not too bad. This was supposed to be very popular on TikTok right now. And the products that I have been using the most are from Pharmacy. Now, the Pharmacy most popular cleanser is called Green Clean, and it has a lot of fragrances in it, including natural fragrances that are like linalool, stuff like that, and also some essential oils. So this one I feel that I can use on my face, but then I really have to use a second cleanse after it to get the fragrance off of it. There's another product that's called, this one's called Peaches and Clean, but there's some other versions right now. They have an apple one that does not have any processed scent in it, but it does have the flavor of fruits in it. And I actually really like this one. I think that the peach smell in this is very nice. And it is only available for limited periods of time. So you can get it, you could get it at Sephora briefly, but now it's not there anymore, and I think it's not on their website at all anymore. They're currently selling an Apple one on their website, which I haven't tried yet. So when you get used to something like this and you really like it, it's going to probably go away unless they change their policies. This one also does have a PEG in it. Now it's marked as clean at Sephora because they say that they are testing for solvent chemicals, but some people just don't like PEGs, and I found it to be fine. But in theory, this may not be the cleanest product that you can try. According to some people, it wouldn't be allowed at Credo. And they do make one that's called, I think, Clearly Clean, and that one does not have any PEGs in it, but again, I find that to be relatively difficult to rinse off my face, so I'm having to do a second cleanse if I use that one. Okay, so now let's see how this makeup did. So here's what it looks like. Haven't touched it, I just let it sit there for a couple minutes and stew, and then we'll just try rubbing all of this off of here onto this cloth. And my goodness, not only did it get off all of the makeup type stuff, but it even got off the dye from the Ruby Woo and the Violette FR products, which I had a heck of a time getting off last time. So I would say that this stuff is like magic, and it really was only maybe 3 minutes while I sat here, and I really did nothing to it. So I think that what Lisa Eldridge is showing in her bathroom footage is actually real, and I will say that my hand feels perfectly fine now. I don't feel the need to go to the bathroom and wash it. I feel like it feels more hydrated than before I put this stuff on, and this is all rather like kind of a miracle. And in addition, this product really has no scent at all to it. It smells, if anything, very, very mildly pleasant, but it doesn't smell like it has any kind of scent in it at all. And in fact, it doesn't have anything listed on the ingredients list. It doesn't smell bad. It doesn't smell unappealing to me. It doesn't feel bad. It feels like I could just go out about my day and not even have to wash my hands at all. So that's kind of amazing to me. So let's talk about what's in this cleanser that makes it so different than the other cleansers that are on the market. So for one thing, it has a variety of different kinds of high quality oils in it. So the oils that it lists are maracuja oil, which is from the passion fruit seeds. There's meadow foam seed oil, prickly pear seed oil, which is an anti-aging oil, squalane, which is from olives, and then it has oat kernel oil in it. Now, I was a little concerned about the oat kernel oil because I'm really always concerned about oats being contaminated with glyphosate. So I wrote to the Lisa Eldridge company and I asked about this, and I found out that the product is EcoCert approved, which means apparently that since it's not labeled as organic, then that means that half of the ingredients that are in it have to be organic. And they were going to find out about the other half of those oat kernel oils. But there certainly have been some products that are meant for eczema that have had oat ingredients in them that have been irritating to me. But in this case, I've not found that my skin has been irritated by this at all. It actually feels really good to me, and my skin feels better after I put this cleanser on it than before. So I have a pretty good sense that there's probably not glyphosate contamination, but I do appreciate the fact that the Lisa Eldridge company is willing to look into this and find out the information. So in addition to all of those oils, the company has put what is called saponins in the product. And this is a natural soap product that you can get from totally botanical sources. And so the first kind of product is from soapwort. So this is a product that is like an herb that was used during the Roman Empire, apparently, and they are using the roots of the product, and so it has kind of like a natural soapy type feeling to it. And then the second one is apparently the ingredient that inspired her to create this product in general, which I believe it's called the Crillia tree, and this has a saponin in it, and it's wood extract from the tree. So they combine those two saponins with glycerin, And this is supposed to provide the cleansing ability for this product. So what we're calling there is sapid gels. And what Lisa Eldridge said toward the very end of her introductory video, the one that's not in the bathroom where she was just talking about the products, is that when she got very close to the point where she was going to be releasing these products, she hired someone that had a corporate background to come in and to talk to her about it. And what this person did is look at the ingredients list, and that person said, "Oh my goodness, these are so expensive. Do you have any idea like how much this is going to cost?" And Lisa Eldridge said, "Oh no, I really didn't pay that much attention." And they're like, "Well, there's no way this can be financially viable. This is going to be way, way too expensive, and there's no way that this can be a commercial product." And so she was really discouraged about that for a while, and they suggested other things. And she said, "No, I want those saponins in it. That's the whole key to the product." And then she realized that because it was her intellectual property, that she could put whatever she wanted to in it, and that if she purchased the raw ingredients for these saponins and then mixed it all up herself in her laboratory, that it would be much, much less expensive, and then she could offer it at a reasonable price. So while I don't think this is an inexpensive product by any means, I don't think it's one that even I can't afford. I think this is one that I really feel good about buying, and that there are many products on the market that have fancy packaging and a lot of marketing and a lot of designer names on them that I feel really resentful when it comes to paying a lot of money for them, because I know that the products that go into them are not that special. And when I look at the ingredient list, even I can tell that they're not putting anything that's special in them. Whereas for this particular product, I feel like that I honestly do believe that there's something in this product that you're not getting in anything else that's on the market, and that the only reason that you can get it in this particular product is because Lisa Eldridge is doing business in the way that she's doing it. And that in general, there are just so many markups in the makeup industry, in particular, and in other industries also, but I think particularly in the cosmetic industry, that you end up paying a lot of money for things, even in addition to the packaging, that is really unrealistic and unnecessary. And so the fact that I can get a product like this, that I feel really good about the ingredients, and that I'm only paying, a small amount more than I would pay for any other high-end cleanser that's on the market, or in some cases the other cleansers are much more expensive, I feel really, really happy about that. So I do have some other cleansers that I want to use up. I have a couple jars of that pharmacy cleanser that I will continue to use because I do like it. But this one, I'm really, really impressed with it. I am just kind of shocked at how well it works and how much my skin likes it. So I already purchased another container of this to have as a backup. I also have purchased now 4 of these washcloths that she makes, which I think are very nice, and that I got as a pretty good deal when I purchased the cleansers. And I think this is a nice washcloth. I feel pretty good about this. So in general, I just really am just so impressed at people that are trying really hard to create things that are really high quality and the best on the market, and their main goal is not to create something cheap and then put it in a fancy marketing container and then sell it through Sephora, where they jack up the price by another 100% and figure that consumers won't know the difference, because some of us really do care about the ingredients, and I'm one of those people. So now let's talk about the other product, which she is describing as a combination of a skin-enhancing mist and a primer and a setting spray, and maybe as a skin rejuvenating spray. So in any case, it's supposed to help your makeup to look better throughout the day. And then this comes out on the skin as a fine mist. So I'll spray just a little bit of this on my skin, just so you can see how easy it is to use. This product, in terms of the main ingredients in it, it has 2 products that are called Multi-Moist and Flemixol. So the ingredients that are in those include Terra spinosa flower extract, beetroot extract, and then red algae, and then there's also a natural preservative from sugarcane, which is called penylene glycol. Now, in terms of this particular product for me, I have found that if I just spray this on my skin as like a primer underneath my makeup, right on my bare skin, I do find that it's just a little bit annoying to my skin. So I think that this may be just simply because it has some lactic acid and a couple of other things that my skin tends to not like, especially if they're in very high concentrations. So if I do use that kind of thing, I usually mix it with like a moisturizer. So that it may just be that. I really am not sure. But what I also have found is that if I put on whatever kind of makeup, especially if I'm putting on something like silicone makeup or some kind of a foundation that I want to stay in place, and then I put this on top of it, it does give my face kind of a nice coating on it that's just very slightly sticky, and a little bit on the kind of a stretchy side to it, and that I think does look nice immediately, and that helps my makeup to stay in place a little bit better. So I've never been much of a setting spray person myself. I've never really found a setting spray that I thought actually did anything and that didn't include synthetic perfume in it and that didn't really irritate my skin. But this one seems to be fine, and when I put it on my skin, at least I think there's the potential for it to be a little bit better. The setting spray that I've been using recently, that I just got during the Sephora sale, is the Caloray Surf Proof Setting Spray, and this has only been out for a month or two as well. And I think that this is somewhat similar to the Lisa Eldridge product. So this product has red algae in it and freshwater algae and prickly pear stem extract, and it has a little bit of that kind of grippy, tightening type of a feeling to it also. And this one does have a lot of fragrance in it. So it says it has fragrance on the label, but they say that it's a natural fragrance. So I think that I like this better than I had kind of thought that I was going to. So I'm going to continue to experiment with this one. But so far I like the Lisa Eldridge one at least as much, and probably more. The other product that this Lisa Eldridge product really reminds me quite a bit of is the RMS primer. Now that is a primer that has a whole bunch of different essential oils and other ingredients in it. So I haven't been able to use that at all because it does have rose geranium oil in it. But in terms of this kind of grippy feeling to it, if I spray this Lisa Eldridge one right on my face, I'm getting that same kind of grippiness that the RMS one does. Another primer that I do use from time to time is this Beauty Counter one. This one does not have any fragrance in it. It has a lot of jojoba oil in it. And I think that the Beauty Counter one is actually, of the primers that are on the market right now, this one has actually been quite good for me. Another product that I have been using quite frequently as a primer is this product from Jane Iredale, which is called the Hydro Pure Tinted Serum. So this has a tiny little bit of color, but it mostly seems to be primer type ingredients. And when I use this on my face, I do think that it provides a very good base for whatever other kinds of makeup I might put on. So I think that as a primer goes, I'm going to continue to stick with this one or with the Beauty Counter one. But as a setting spray goes, I do think that this new Lisa Eldridge product has a lot of potential. And so I'm going to be trying that out with the variety of different foundations that I wear and see if it makes a difference for me. So all in all, I am quite excited about these new launches, and I have also heard that Lisa Eldridge is going to be launching some more products over the next few months, and so I'm also really excited about that. I really do think that this is a really special company, and I'm really enthusiastic about the approach that she takes to business. So I feel like every product that I purchase from her is like a little jewel in my makeup collection, and then I'm almost kind of at the point where I would be just happy to only have Lisa Eldridge products in my makeup collection and not use anything else. Thanks very much for watching all the way to the end of the video. And if you haven't subscribed, then I hope that you will do that. And Coco and I love you very much. Goodbye.